my YouTube channel. My name is Bianca and we're gonna do 24 hours straight of staying up and reading as many books as I can. So I was very much inspired by Destiny Sidwell because I saw that she had uploaded her latest 24-hour reading vlog, and I figured, you know what? I just have to do it. I have so many books that I have not read that are just sitting on my bookshelves. If I'm gonna do it, I should do it now because I have the time and I just really want to see how many books I can get through. So I'm very excited for this because I also chose 2 books specifically that I know for sure I want to finish reading by the end of this 24-hour period. And they are Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I got the Barnes & Noble edition. And then I also have Divine Rivals by Miss Rebecca Ross. So I have seen such great things being said and reviewed about these 2 books, but to be quite honest, I have no idea what either one is about, except for the fact that they're both enemies to lovers, and that is by far my favorite fantasy, or not even my favorite fantasy trope. My favorite trope in general is enemies to lovers, and the fact that they're both fantasy books, that's just the cherry on the cake because I am a fantasy girl. I definitely prefer fantasy over any other genre, specifically romantasy, and this is right up my alley because I had just finished Fourth Wing and Iron Flame maybe about a month ago, and I have been in the biggest fantasy book hangover because I've been wanting to read something that's gonna match to that caliber, and who knows, if this supersedes my expectations, maybe I'll have something that'll even rival the ACOTAR series, because that's definitely my favorite book series as of right now, and it has been for over a year. I absolutely love ACOTAR, and that, in my opinion, is the best enemies to lovers that I have ever read. So with that being said, I don't know which one to start with. I think I'm gonna do... Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with Powerless and end with Divine Rivals because I have the sequel to Divine Rivals, and if all goes well and I actually stay up for all 24 hours, I'm gonna hopefully read Ruthless Vows, which is a sequel again to Divine Rivals. So that'll work out beautifully. But if not, I know for a fact in this video I want to read these 2 books and compare them to my thoughts and feelings on Fourth Wing and ACOTAR. So I currently have... I'm already hot. And I think I screwed myself over at the start of this because it's, well, first of all, it's Tuesday, January 30th. I got up at 5 a.m. today to go to the gym, and it's 12:45. So I've already been up for well over 6 hours, and I'm kind of tired. And this couch, my reading couch in our little reading nook, is the most comfortable couch I've ever sat on. And I have my blanket, and it's cold, and I'm by a beautiful window, and this is the perfect nap setting for me. And that's what usually happens when I finally sit down and start reading a book. I end up taking a nap. So this is gonna be one of my biggest struggles. But I do have my coffee here in my little book mug. I have my Stanley for my water intake, and I don't have anything else to do for the rest of the afternoon, so I'm pretty well set up. So with all that being said, I'm going to get comfy, check the thermostat real quick, and we're gonna start reading. So I don't know why I'm so nervous, but yeah, let's go. I'm so confused. I'm reading it as if it was a girl's point of view. And it was very similar to reading in Selena Sardothian's point of view, but I don't know who Peyton is. Peyton is a girl. Peyton's a girl. Peyton's a girl. She punched someone and it was glorious. I'm very aware that this is a dangerous position to be in, but I needed to lay down because my back was hurting. But yeah, so far I'm getting, like I said earlier, Celaena Sardothien assassin vibes from Peyton, who is the girl. I very much already like her because she seems like a badass. And this is literally happens in the first page. She punched some sort of guard, and the guard thought that it was a guy because she punched that hard. So yeah, so far so good. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so I'm understanding more and more of what's going on. I'm only on page 7, but basically Peyton isn't ordinary, as in someone that doesn't have these special powers. She lives in a kingdom where only elites are able to live. Elites are people that do have powers due to a plague that was cursed upon everybody, you know, years and years and years ago. So some people got powers, some people didn't. A king decided that only people with powers lived in his kingdom. So when some unknown like illness started to come about, he took that as an opportunity to say, hey, it's all of the ordinaries that are spreading these diseases. We should cast them out of the city or the kingdom. And they did. So technically, Pei shouldn't be living in the kingdom, but she is in the kingdom. So she's pretending to be an elite is what I'm getting. And I think that's it. So, bad king. There's a bad king. Likened to the king of Adarlan in Throne of Glass. Okay, the only reason, and please cut me some slack, the only reason I have Celaena and the Throne of Glass in my mind is because I'm still on Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, completely unrelated. And I don't mean to make the comparison, but that is the only other series that comes to mind when it, you know, like this person, Peyton, she's a badass, she's apparently a thief, apparently a really good one. And she lives in a kingdom where they are ruled by apparently a really bad king. So the comparisons are drawing themselves. I'll shut up about that now. I'm going to keep reading and I'll catch you. Okay, so the ordinaries weren't just pushed out of the kingdom, they were basically purged out of the kingdom. They killed them. And I'm assuming that's why they live in so much fear. Ordinaries are killed because they're blah, blah, because the king believes that they shouldn't exist because they somehow hinder the powers of the elites. That's wild. Ooh, woo, chills. Can I just gush over how gorgeous these chapter pages are? Like, that is so cute. I've always wondered what all this was about. That is a lovely touch. Also, we have dual point of view, and I'm assuming that this is our main male character, Mr. Kai. Let's see what he's serving up. If he doesn't have dark hair, I'm quitting. Come to think of it, I don't think they mentioned what Peyton looks like. I'm going back just up, but I don't think they described what she looks like yet. I could be wrong. think I'm just gonna just leave it. Oh, I didn't see this. Oh. That's beautiful. I don't know if that's a Barnes & Noble thing, but oh, that is precious. Didn't fall asleep, but I spent a disgusting 2 hours on my phone scrolling on Instagram and crying at very emotional 8-second videos, and the time just flew by. So it's 3:08 p.m. and I am only on page 19 and it's been 2 hours. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. I'm gonna keep reading now. I promise. That's how it starts. It starts with just opening to check a text message, and you open your social media pages, and suddenly you're sucked in. No more. I'm gonna go get a snack. I don't know why I'm getting so distracted so easily. Alright, what am I eating? What's something that's gonna keep me full for a bit, because we won't have dinner until after like 5 o'clock when Alec gets home. So I'm going to eat some hummus and tzatziki sauce with some naan bread. And hopefully that will be good enough. Right, so I have my little mixture of hummus and tzatziki sauce in that little bowl. And right now I am taking this naan bread from Costco and just warming it up on the pan, because I know that it will make it taste a little better. I'm actually going to enjoy it in the living room. And honestly, for the sake of just, you know, moving scenery and having a different surrounding, I am going to grab all of my stuff from our reading room and move over to the living room, because I just need change, and like I said, I don't want to fall asleep on the couch. I'm gonna really try to stay off my phone. It's about 3:15 right now, so at least for the next 2 hours until Alec gets home, excuse me, I really want to just focus on reading. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time focusing. I didn't think it was gonna be so hard, but here we go again. All right, so here's the current situation. I am sitting in front of my couch by my coffee table here, and what I currently have around me is obviously the beautiful book, my phone, which I'm actually gonna put a little far away from me. I have my notebook that I'm taking notes on just when I'm catching up with you guys, my snack bowl, a napkin, because my biggest fear is to make any of my books less than perfect. So I'm very aware of what my fingers have touched before I open my books. I want to make sure I keep them nice and clean. I have my gorgeous water bottle. And right now I'm just putting on, or I'm looking for a fantasy playlist on YouTube just to have some type of background music. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm already yawning. I don't know if you guys can tell that my eyes are watering, but I'm already yawning, and I think I've yawned 5 times in the last like 15 minutes, which is just, ugh. So this is what I have on. What is it? 1 hour of ambient fantasy music. I think we're about to meet our male main character through Peyton's eyes, and I'm pretty excited. Oh, actually, let me catch you guys up on what I've acquired so far. And again, this is a spoiler. This is a spoiler-free English. This is a spoiler-free vlog, so I'm not gonna say anything that you guys wouldn't know in like at least the first like couple chapters. The basics are that Peyton is poor. So she has no money, she is homeless, she lives on the street with a friend named Adina, and her thing is thievery. She's really good at stealing. Adina's really good at making clothes. So they both meet each other at the fort, and then they live there basically, and then they go out into the town. Adina sells her wares while Pei, she basically goes about her day and just steals things, and apparently she's really good at it. What I like is that while Pei is ordinary, she's playing off as an elite. So she's pretending to be elite, and apparently if she's ever asked or if she's caught by a guard and they ask her what her power is, because apparently that's something that they ask everybody that they catch, she says that she is mundane or a mundane. And then she goes into more detail and says that she's a psychic. So she's pretending to be an elite, but she, in my opinion, being a psychic, like at first I thought, how are you going to prove that? Because exactly my thoughts were like, what if he asks to prove, for her to prove it? And he does say, well, prove it. And of course, like me thinking like you get to choose whatever power you want. It could be something very simple, but you chose to be a psychic. So now you have to read people's minds to prove that you're an elite. So she does, and apparently she's really observant. Her observance is what helps her create these statements of whoever it is that's asking her to prove that she's a psychic. So she was spot on in her description of this guard. That's Pei. So she's ordinary, she's very poor, she lives on the streets, she's a thief, and she's pretending to be a psychic. And then we have Kai, our male main character, who is apparently royalty, has a half-brother. Half-brother is older than him and is meant to take over the throne one day, while Kai is apparently really skilled at weaponry and, just, elite type power attacks, and apparently he's a really good warrior. So that's Kai, and his power as an elite is, I would like, probably the best one, but also the worst, because you have to learn how to wield so many different powers. Basically, if he's in a room with, like, let's say his brother, for example, his half-brother, who's gonna one day be king, can wield both fire and water. So if Kai's in the room with his brother, he also can wield fire and water. So it's whatever power is around him, he can mimic. I think they're about to meet on the street right now. I just have to say real quick that this book is already messing with my feelings. Things are not as they seem, and it's just, I already went through an emotional roller coaster, and this is crazy. But yeah, page 44, so I'm making a little bit of progress, and I'll check in with you guys soon again. I'm back with another quick update. So it is currently, oh, I didn't even check, 9:41 p.m. Still Tuesday, January 30th, and I am actually pretty energized right now. I feel good. I'm still sipping on my Alani Nu, and I do feel that it definitely helped. I'm not yawning anymore, so that's a good sign. And I am on page 183 in Powerless, so I'm almost at the 200 mark. And what I wanted to just like comment on is that I don't think I've ever loved the banter between the two main characters the way that I love the banter between Peyton and Kai. It's like almost teetering on like they're being mean to each other, like they're actually like throwing punches. I just have to say, by far the best banter I have ever read between two love interests. Hi, so it's currently 10:39 and I am on chapter 26, page 218. Got a little bit more long than the last time I chatted, but I just have to say, that was my couch. I just have to say, I absolutely adore the way Kai cares for Peyton so much, and it's just so sweet to read. Like, you know, he's all nonchalant, he's all cool, he's, you know, super charming, super cocky, super, you know, I don't know, like him. And then when the time comes for him to worry about Peyton, it's just like the sweetest thing to read about, because like you see him break that like cool facade that he tries to hold with her, and like you can feel the worry seep from him. I hope I'm not giving away too much details, but it's just so sweet. I love that. I love when our male main character is protective over the female main character. It's just amazing. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm still feeling fine. Maybe I'm jinxing myself. Maybe it's still too early, but I feel perfectly okay. Okay. It's only 1:11. And I'm hitting that wall again, so I'm gonna get up and make a snack. Okay, so I have my bowl of hot Cheeto popcorn, and I'm going to take a quick snack break, and then I'll resume reading. Hi guys. Okay, so obviously I ended up falling asleep yesterday. To be honest, I don't know how it just caught me off guard and hit me out of nowhere, because I was very much like into what was going on, and that's what I guess frustrates me more. I had to keep rereading this one paragraph, and I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. I want to give it the time that it deserves to read at a pace where I'm not falling asleep, and that's what kind of like secured my decision of I'm just gonna go to sleep, I'll wake up and I'll be excited to get back into it, and that's exactly what happened. So I just want to keep recording because I want to see this video through, and for me, I can officially close it out when I finish this book. Okay, so this is many days after I finished Powerless, and to be quite honest, I'm re-recording the final thoughts portion of this video because I don't think I did it justice when I initially did it. First of all, my rating of Powerless is definitely 5 stars. I enjoyed it from start to finish, and I know it took me a while to get into it initially, but after I did, it felt like I couldn't get enough. There weren't really any moments where I felt like it got boring or dull. Tension between Pei and Kai was just so delicious that it kept me hooked and continuing to read. So with all of that being said, I would definitely recommend Powerless to any reader that likes a slow burn romance. I would also recommend this book if you are one that loves the banter back and forth between the two main characters that you know are meant to be together, but they're just too stubborn to admit it to themselves, because it was so fun to read and so funny. If you also love great supporting characters, then this book is for you, because there are a lot of other characters on the side that while they're not the main character, they definitely help mold the story, and I couldn't get enough of them. Again, the relationships were fantastic to read about, and I just loved the connections that they had to our main characters, and I think it just made the book all the better to read. So all in all, if you want to have a really good time, I definitely recommend Powerless to, I don't know who I wouldn't recommend this book to. I appreciate you if you made it through to the end of this video, and I hope you stick around. I promise I won't be as awkward the more comfortable I get with the camera, but I feel like this is just a good place to start. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.